We back. It's your boy DJ Gary, and you read the title right. Two West Coast anthems. All right, and I want you to pay attention to these anthems because these West Coast anthems is essential to West Coast living, West Coast life, West Coast everything in general, West Coast uh, culture. And we're talking lowriders. We're talking about um, food spots. We're talking about everything. Okay, we're talking about the east side. We're talking about the west side. You know, that's what it's all about. And I want my OGs to chime in on this. If you run across this, and I also want subscribers who listen to West Coast hip hop to chime in on this. Okay. Um, Without further ado, let's get into it. We got "Ain't Nothing But a G Thing" by Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg. Ain't nothing but G Thing was like Snoop Dogg's um, introduction to, you know, as an artist who, officially with Dr. Dre. Deep Cover was its thing for the soundtrack. But this is Snoop Dogg actually, as an artist, as a writer, performer. He wrote the whole song. DOC kind of helped out. Um, but that's that. So, ain't nothing but G Thing, Leon Haywood sample, you know, that classic one, two, three into the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre's at your dope. That's that real, you know what I'm saying? That's that young, aggressive Snoop. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, it doesn't get any better than that, right? So this was released November 17th of 1992. I could be off about the date, but it's definitely November 1992. And I think it was the first single of The Chronic. This was a breakthrough for Dr. Dre because Dr. Dre, at this point, he had left NWA. He only did deep cover at this point. This is a new label, Death Row. He rolling with Suge Knight and the DOC. Snoop Dogg tells a story. He wrote "Ain't Nothing But G Thing" to the Southside Movement. I've been watching you, and later on, Dre, you know, picked it. Leon Haywood, "I Want to Do Something Freaky to You" from 1975, and basically flipped it. Snoop came in with his, lyrics. You know, uh, this is a young Snoop. I'm saying saucy, hella saucy on the microphone. You know, uh, you know, I just those lines in there are just iconic. Compton and Long Beach together. Now you know you in trouble. You know, uh, you talk about that's West Coast. You know, just the play on the words. Ain't nothing but G thing, baby. You know, uh, I mean, come on. Just Snoop's wordplay, the way Dr. Dre feeds off of Snoop. You know, uh, that whole thing is just phenomenal, and that's always get played at basketball games, football games, baseball games. I think I might have heard the Dodgers just play it. Um, I could be wrong, but they play it, and very iconic West Coast classic. It was featured on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. How do I know? I've been playing that game since I was, well, let's just say I was a youngin'. Great song, great tune. You know what I'm saying? Um, Man, what more can I say about this? Dr. Dre delivery, phenomenal. Well, I'm creeping, creeping, and creeping, but definitely not cap because people can't even, you know, his wordplay. You know, you never been on a ride like this before. Like Dre gives his you know a very saucy performance that complements Snoop, and that whole thing is just phenomenal. Okay, now we're gonna go into the next, and this is produced by DJ Pooh. Even though released as a single in February 1993, this should have been the first single. You know, Today was a good day. Instead of Wicked, Ice Cube should have pushed it. Today was a good day as the first single. You know, but nonetheless, great tune. Um, Ice Cube's phenomenal with the lyrics. He uses, DJ Pooth and Q produces you know, basically this is uh, Isley Brothers' Footsteps in the Dark, 1977 from the album Go For Your Guns. All right. Ice Cube, at this time, he had left NWA. He was like maybe 2 years in as a 3 years in as a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? And he's having, success, but he doesn't necessarily have a radio friendly hit, right? Kind of like the same with, Dr. Dre, but Q, had been solo at that time. Um, you know, Death Certificate had came and Records Most Wanted, Kill at Will EP had just knocked down everything for the West Coast. Q was just that guy at that point. But this is pretty much, Ice Cube at his best, his just waking up in the morning, God, thank God. I don't know, but today seems kind of odd, you know. No barking from the dogs and no small. And Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I got my grub bone. We didn't pig out. Finally got a call from my girl wanna dig out. Hooked it up for Larry as I hit the door, thinking, well, I live another 24. Like Cube is his flow on this, like he mastered a flow. You know, I gotta go cause I got me. I drop top of half. I hit the switch. I can make that ass drop. You know, had to stop at a red light, looking in my mirror, not a jacker in sight. Like Cube is phenomenal with this flow, right? Like he really gives a solid performance, laid back. Like this, I think this might have been one of the only songs we or that might have been the only songs at that point where Cube was kind of like laid back. Besides when he did Dead Homies, this is him really laid back, writing about a casual day. You know, he he played dominoes. He won. He got a triple double on the court. Like this is just one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. And this is played at the same capacity as Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, right? Like this is played at every sports event. Ice Cube can't do a show without performing that. Like that's literally the top. the top gun of them all. Uh, Q, the video itself is iconic. Like that's a video literally for ages you could watch. Same with Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. Iconic video, 6'4" Chevy, 6'3" Chevy. I mean, come on. They was doing the damn thing. You know, I think Ice Cube is a phenomenal writer, phenomenal artist. Like I said, I think he should have pushed this as the first single instead of Wicked. But I get it, certain things was going on. I think the riots was happening, so he was like, "Hey, let me fuel the fire. Let me release Wicked." You know, uh, so yeah, uh, that's all I got to say right there. West Coast anthem, uh, pick them. I can't really pick them. You know what I'm saying? Because I love these joints. You know what I'm saying? These are West Coast classics. It's dear to me. Heard these a lot. It's just iconic. Like easily, like a 5-year old could rap these two West Coast anthems. You know, back to back, front to front. It's so iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned all the words, very young age. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say right there. Please like this video, comment, subscribe. It's your boy DJ Gary. Uh, have a safe trip wherever you are. Uh, you know, be safe out there. Some crazy times we're living in. All right, I'm out.